You got something?
I got something, that song?
I mean,
oh, maybe like throw a little something down.
Yeah, can you throw something down? We got you back here. We got you. Boom, 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 boom.
All right, I got it. I'm trying to thrive and stay alive. I'm hanging out with Jenna, we doing this drive. Feeling kind of good and I ain't gonna get bent. We're all heading to that signature event. Boom.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice, I like that.
Hey, very nice.
Yeah, I couldn't done without the beatbox.
Very
though.
good. Well, looks like we're here.
We
can be there. We're here.
Anytime.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
I got your beatbox.
All right, is it here? Oh, here we go.
Alright, here we go.
Hey,
It's
love you,
great to
Betty.
see you, man.
Yeah, you too. Let's go do
Time
this.
for the event.
Hi everybody, I'm Jim Savage and welcome to Signature, where we're here under a little bit different circumstances this year. If you're not familiar with Signature, this is an annual event that we hold here in Dallas. It's hosted by a group called Artists and Musicians in Recovery, a nonprofit organization that's dedicated to the sole purpose of supporting artists and musicians who struggle with addiction or other mental health issues. So under normal circumstances, Signature is sort of like this big recovery festival. There's music, there's arts and crafts, there's games, all sorts of good food, but most importantly, it's about recovery-related fellowship. So here we are this year with circumstances being a little different. As you can see in that little video that we just played, it was just a few short weeks ago that we sat in that Zoom meeting having to make a decision about whether or not we were actually going to cancel Signature this year because of the bizarre circumstance that we're in right now where people literally can't be together in the same place. And as we were talking it through, we ended up asking ourselves, wait a second, what's the ultimate purpose of Signature anyway? Isn't it about bringing people together? Because recovery is ultimately about connection. We don't do this alone. You know, it's a we deal, right? So we realized right then and there, no, we don't cancel this thing. We use this as an opportunity to demonstrate exactly what Signature's all about, bringing people together through the universal language of art and music. And so that's what we're going to do here tonight. Through the power of the internet, we're going to introduce you to some amazing people who are going to play music, read poetry, show us their art, and share with us about how this all relates to their own personal recovery. And by the end of the night, we're going to see just how powerful that universal language is when we find out that we don't all need to be in the same room together to be connected. So here's how this is going to work tonight. First of all, one of the silver linings that comes with this online format is that we didn't have to limit the number of participants this year. We've got a show put together tonight that's going to include as many artists as we could fit in this time frame, but then we were also able to create these digital galleries, sort of like other rooms that you can go in to see all the rest of the work that got submitted this year. And there is a ton of stuff in there from some really talented and creative people. So you want to be sure to go and check that out as well. So again, the way this is going to work is that you can watch the show right now, but then you can go and spend as much time as you want looking around inside the other galleries. Now, one thing to point out is that a lot of you are probably watching this from the actual Signature website. But if you do happen to be watching this from Facebook or YouTube, just be aware that to access those galleries, you are going to have to go to the signaturelive.online website. But the beauty of this being on a website is that it doesn't go away after the show's over tonight. You can come back whenever you want. The galleries will still be there. You can watch the show over again if you want, share it with friends. Treatment centers can show it for groups. There's all sorts of stuff we can end up doing with this website. We just haven't really thought that far ahead yet. Our main concern has just been wanting to make sure that we're all going to be able to have a really special time here tonight. And so that leads to one more thing I'm going to talk about before we get going. And that's the fact that we're going to have to engage in what I'm going to call virtual clapping here tonight. And the way we're going to do that is through the comment section at the bottom of your screen. Or if there's a like button there, like on Facebook, and you can hit that and get that little stream of hearts floating up the page, that would be awesome. Anything you can do to let the artist know that we're out there supporting them, that we're loving what they're doing. Put some comments in there. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Or there might be some watch parties out there. Let us know who you're representing. Bottom line is, let's just have some fun with this, connect with each other, but most important, let's celebrate the miracles that each of the people that you're going to meet here tonight is going to be presenting in their own special way. So with that, I'm going to get out of here. I'll say one more time, welcome to Signature, and let's go ahead and meet our first performer.
Hey y'all, so my name is Kate Hernan, and I am in recovery. My sobriety date is May 20th of 2019. And just a little bit about myself. I've been playing music since I was 15. I'm now 30. I really found my voice just playing guitar and singing kind of behind my dad's a musician, and so he wanted me to learn so bad. I was so stubborn that I wouldn't, and so I kind of snuck around the house and would play guitar, and found out I loved it and fell in love with it. And then, you know, drugs and alcohol got into my life, and I lost that. I gave it away. I gave away my freedom to play guitar because of my addiction, and you know, I didn't play. There was a period there where I didn't even pick up a guitar for a year because I was in my addiction. I was heavy in my addiction, and then the years in between that time, I didn't play it much, if at all. I pawned all my guitars. I you know, did everything I could to get what I needed as far as, you know, my addiction. And so I'm just over a year sober, and I'm getting back into music again. I enjoy writing songs that are recovery related, and the song I'm playing tonight is my latest song about recovery and the battle with being free and being a slave to addiction. Thanks. Lord help me, I'm losing my mind, been taking my time, don't know who I am. Don't worry, I'll be here waiting. No, I'm not making excuses no more. Please don't leave. You no longer have to be a slave. take, take, take. It takes two. Yeah, I need you. You say, please don't leave. You no longer have to be a slave.
What's up, y'all? Hey, my name is Ward Richmond. It is a pleasure to be here. I think that's pretty good lighting for an iPhone. And I wish I could be with you live, but coronavirus, am I right? So I know today is about musicians and artists in recovery. And I happen to be a musician and an artist in recovery. I quit drinking on December 29th, 2015, after 20 years of being what my marriage counselor referred to as a high-functioning alcoholic. So I'm very fortunate that I was high-functioning. I didn't get into too much trouble, only arrested 2 times. There's no prison, just the drunk tank. Nobody got hurt, thankfully. So, thank God, really. Anyway, the last 4.5 years since I quit drinking, I've discovered practices of yoga and meditation, and I've been reading a lot of books. I think I've read about 150 books since I got sober. Found a new force of energy within me to be used for positive instead of negative, and man, that makes me very, very, very thankful. My heart is full of gratitude. This odd time of COVID, can't imagine what life would have been like if I was sitting on my back porch drinking all day, every day while in quarantine. It would not have been pretty. So I'm really feeling for all those out there that are struggling still with alcohol and trying to stay sober. And I just keep them in my thoughts and prayers and constantly sending out good vibes. I wrote an album last year called Highly Meditated. It is coming out on my birthday on June 26th. And this is one of the songs on that album, and it's called High Road. So I hope you dig it. I quit smoking cigarettes on the day of his first step. My dad said, son, you might regret smoking all this time. Thanks, Captain Obvious, I must have been oblivious. He just might be envious. He had to quit in '79. I take one step on the high road. I take 2 steps back every single time. Don't get upset, I won't apologize. You know the high road takes some time. I quit drinking alcohol before I lost my mind. And all the people in this world I care for. Some think my wife made me quit. Some call me a hypocrite. Maybe I just did that shit cause I got bored. I take 1 step on the high road. I take 2 steps back every single time. Don't get upset, I won't apologize. You know the high road takes some time. Today I meditate on gratitude and the little things I can do for you. Just trying to be a good dude all the time. Reading up on vinyasa and shamans and chakras and how to manifest a peace of mind. How to manifest a peace of mind. How to manifest a peace of mind. Tell me how to manifest a some time. Thanks so much for letting me be a part of this today. Have a great one. Stay safe out there. Peace.
Hi, I'm Jenny Hubby. I am a poet and lyricist in Flower Mound, Texas. I'm in recovery, aka Jenny from the Mound. I'm going to read to you right now, share with you a story about me, and it's basically my story in a poetic nutshell. It's called Buried, and I'm not buried yet, okay? You say you don't want to dig up the past, but where did you bury it? When did you hide it? Do you still remember it? Are you still trying to forget it? Is this how you do it? You hide it and it stays? How do you decide not to remember? What if it pops up again when you are triggered? Rebury the past again and again? Push it back down as far as you can, reminding yourself that it's dead and gone? I did this too. I buried the past. I didn't want to feel it. The pain was intense. I reasoned that the past wasn't that bad. Those that hurt me had given their best. My hurt didn't count because they didn't mean it. I thought it would go away if I just ignored it. I reasoned my way out, so I thought, and this was exhausting, so I chose a few distractions. If I worked hard and succeeded, then I would feel worthy. If I was pretty enough, then people would love me. If everyone was pleased, then they would not hurt me. If all this worked out, then I wouldn't feel empty. To ignore the painful emotions that I felt, I was cheated of the pleasant feelings as well. Cheated of joy and serenity and peace. My mind was exhausted trying to filter feelings, as if I could ignore some and others accept and pretend to only feel those that were pleasant. Maybe if I had a baby, I would feel good. I would be able to give her the love that I had missed. Finally, I would feel that long-awaited love. She came into this world and my love was above and beyond. But she had needs and I felt alone, for I had needs of my own. I gave and I gave, but I was in pain. Feelings hadn't served me, so I thought, why feel at all if it only brings pain? Confusion was a huge part of my pain. How did I feel, and was that okay? If others knew how I really felt, what would they say? No one knew the depth of my pain, even me. And then that distraction that made me feel free. I could feel all the good feelings and even the bad when I was numbed out and out of my head. Traveling, whining, and dining and doing big business, my ego was boosted, but the emptiness persisted. Driving home from my travels, the tears trailed my cheeks, wondering how it had all come to this, only happy when distracted with busyness. And then drinking became my escape. It was harmless at first, just a little reprieve from a life that sucked to instant relief. Ah, the relief that I could finally achieve. And then my pain pushed to the surface again, flooding the dam I had anchored in place. I had built a life that would hide my pain. My facade had become my prison with no way out. If I broke free, the truth would hurt, so I might as well die rather than cause such pain. But no, people needed me, so I must continue to live this lie, must continue to live this lie till the day that I die. But no, I believe I must dig up the past. The truth will set me free. God, please help me. I want to be free. Thank you.
My name is James Asher. I'm looking forward to participating in Signature. The following video is a time-lapse drawing of Fool's Crow, who's a famous Indian chief. Basically, there's this interviewer that was asking him a couple of questions, and one of the questions were, what is the most damaging thing you've seen happen to your community or the Indian people? And he said alcohol. Basically, what I meant by that was he was witnessing addiction pretty much ruin or rob his like people spiritually, and I relate to this in a certain way because like addiction has ruined or taken away so much of my life in such a quick amount of time. Yeah, it's funny because I'm pretty new to this whole recovery thing, and I just started doing a lot of like the recovery stuff around when quarantine hit, so it was pretty interesting. I've never been to a single meeting. I've been watching NA meetings online or speakers, so that's good. Yeah, art has always been pretty important to me. I've always went to it to, help with any personal or any problems or issues I have at the moment. So it's great to like draw or paint, so it's pretty calming and relaxing. But yeah, hope you all enjoy the video.
My name is Randall, aka Silas Botwin. I'm a recovered heroin addict. This is a song right here that I wrote for my mom and my dad. It's on this album that I put out in February called Soul Intentions. Anyways, let's get it. This right here is such a trip, and something I can scratch off my bucket list. And on the cool, I'd be cool if I never wrote another song again. This ain't for my mom, this ain't for my dad, this is for you both. I just wanna let you know I'm so glad that you raised me. Even though I raised hell since about age 12, I know that you still love me. And I love you too. I'm thankful for everything that you do, everything that you did. And I just hope you know that I will never forget. And I ain't never gonna take it for granted again. I'ma be here to hold it down for you like you did for me all of these years. We done shed a whole lot of tears, but we shared a lot of smiles and laughs. And as the miles pass, I begin to see the wreckage of my past take a toll on you. And it haunted my soul, out of control. How did I go from being your baby to living a life that's so crazy you fear for my death? I can't imagine that stress, but today we are blessed. This right here is such a trip, and something I can scratch off my bucket list. And on the cool, I'd be cool if I never wrote another song again. This ain't for my mom, this ain't for my dad, this is for you both. I just wanna let you know I'm so glad that you raised me. Even though I raised hell since about age 12, I know that you still love me. And I love you too. I'm sorry for everything that I do, everything that I did. And I just hope you know that I will never forget. And from now on, I'ma be the son I'm meant to be. I wasted plenty of times committing crimes while you sat at home crying. I'd be lying if I said it never got to me. It'd be a massive understatement to say that you meant a lot to me. I made my amends with you both face to face, but I still felt like I needed to do more, so I made the song. And I hope that you know that I know that my amends to you is a lifelong commitment. Yeah. This right here is such a trip, and something I can scratch off my bucket list. And on the cool, I'd be cool if I never wrote another song again. This ain't for my mom, this ain't for my dad, this is for you both. I just wanna let you know I'm so glad that you raised me. Even though I raised hell since about age 12, I know that you still love me. And I love you too. Man, I think I fumbled there a little bit in the talking part. But thank you, Jim, so much for letting me be on your platform, be a part of this signature event. I'm very blessed to have the people around me that I do, and to be in recovery. At the caliber that I am. It's a beautiful thing. The album is called Soul Intentions. This song is on there. Track number 6. It's called Such a Trip. It's pretty dope, the song. It's got like a recording of my parents kind of arguing over the groceries at the end right here. It's really cool, man. I put my heart into it. If y'all get a chance, go and listen to it, stream it, buy it. It's on iTunes, Spotify, Tidal, all that stuff.
Hello there. My name's John, and I'm a grateful recovering alcoholic addict, sober since 1983. I'm also a professor at the medical school and a specialist in psychiatry and addiction medicine. And my friend and colleague Betty Dickin has invited me to get creative here and say a few words about the neuroscience of addiction and recovery, which you may be surprised to learn has very close connections with the neuroscience of art and music. Point 1. As an artist, you're gifted, you're creative, and this is all about your brain, your central nervous system. Music and imagery activate specific areas of the brain. And when it comes to your brain and your art, the magic molecule is dopamine. Dopamine is a chemical messenger, a neurotransmitter that enables nerve cells to communicate. Your brain has between 80 and 100 billion, with a B, billion neurons. And each neuron can connect with thousands of other neurons. The minimum number of neural connections inside your head is 100 trillion, which is 1,000 times the number of stars in our galaxy. That's a lot of connections. The average 20-year-old brain has 100,000 miles of nerve fibers. Dopamine is one of about 40 neurotransmitters in the brain. And when we listen to music, the dopamine in our brain changes. This changes the way we think and the way we feel. Point 2. When it comes to your brain and addiction, scientists are having a difficult time answering all the questions. Over the years, I can't even estimate how many times I've been asked, why do people drink? Why do people do drugs? Why do people relapse? Why do some people get addicted and other people don't? Why? As an addiction doctor, all I had to do was look at my own experience, and I could answer a lot of those why questions. I could see that I drank and used for 2 reasons: relief and recreation. Sometimes we drink and drug just to get high. That's recreation. Other times we drink or drug because we don't like the way we feel. We may be anxious or depressed or angry or bored. And what we want is relief from that unpleasant feeling, whatever it is. In other words, we feel the need to change the way our dopamine is directing traffic inside our heads. Point 3. Drugs and alcohol affect our dopamine levels, and art also affects our dopamine levels. Visual cues, even the pictures we imagine inside our heads, can change dopamine. Looking at a photograph or a painting or sculpture changes dopamine. Creating a work of art changes dopamine. Music also changes dopamine. Scientists at Johns Hopkins have discovered that music is mathematical and structural and architectural. It's based on relationships between one note and the next note. The brain does an amazing amount of computing making sense of music. At the University of Central Florida, neuroscientists have discovered links between the pleasure reward system and music. So you hear music and you get a feeling. Sometimes you feel good, sometimes you might even feel scared, sometimes you feel happy, sometimes it'll make you sad, sometimes it'll bring back a memory. Music can change the ability to perceive time, to tap into primal fear. It can make you a better communicator. Music can boost your immune system. How about that? Music can repair brain damage. It can make you smarter. Music can enhance memories. We all know about that. In fact, out there in the scientific literature, there are thousands of papers about the brain and music. It's a fascinating topic. So here's the bottom line. One of the keys to recovery is the recognition that every individual is in some way an artist. And when we are at our best, the process of living is an act of creation. We create ourselves. We create our lives. That's a work of art. And I found that there is immeasurable power and possibility in the commitment to living clean and sober. We have the science and the experience to prove it. I hope you have a wonderful experience here with artists in recovery, and I hope to share that with you every year for lots of years to come. This has been a difficult year. I look a little shaggy today. I've been isolated and sheltered in place now for almost 2 months. This is an opportunity, though, to be creative. And I invite you to come along and let's do that together. Thanks for inviting me. It's great to be here. Glad to be here. Thanks again. Bye-bye.
Now we'll all be gone, all our friends will move away. They're going to better places, but our friends will be gone away. Nothing is as it has been, and I miss your face like hell. But I guess it's just as well. But I miss your face like hell. Talking about the way things change. My family lives at a different state. If you don't know what to make of this, then we will not relate.
I told them I'd grow up to be an army man, a doctor, a father of 100 little lights to burn till the sun came back. I've spoken tales, weaving fact and fiction inseparably, worn out imagination cracked like the seamstress's thumbs. I believed my friends would never die, etched in stone and memories. I thought I'd be heroic, noble, battling bad guys, chin high and unapologetic to every trial and tribulation. I dreamed in decades and lived in moments, vowing I would never grow old. And now I stand underwater, breathing free only in the shower. I grew a beard to hide the look on my face when my mirror shows me I'm not who I wanted to become. Sometimes I stare at my hands, vision flitting between childhood games and cuts from walls I punched when I was another man. My friends die intravenously, poisoned pincushions, while I suited shoegaze in strange churches. I am not an army man. I am not a doctor. I am not a father. Neither are you.
Hi, I'm Max, and I'm going to sing a song. It's called Don't Look Back in Anger by Oasis.
Y'all thought I was lip syncing the whole time. Who in tarnation could that be? Mother of God.
And who can say if your love grows as your heart shows? Only time.
Okay, so we're really excited about our next guest, ladies and gentlemen. He's coming to us all the way from Nashville, Tennessee, where he is absolutely regarded as one of Nashville's finest singer-songwriters. Tommy Womack is here with us tonight. And in just a minute, he's going to be bringing us into his own living room right there in Nashville, where he's going to share with us a little bit about his story, and then you're going to get to find out what an absolute joy it is to listen to him perform. And I gotta say, that whenever I listen to him, I can't help but think that it's sort of like Bob Dylan meets Mr. Rogers, because all of his songs are like really deep and meaningful. His lyrics are absolutely brilliant, but at the same time, there's always this beautiful, innocent simplicity that always has this positive outlook on life. The bottom line is, you can't help but get a smile on your face when you listen to Tommy play. So Tommy's got a lot going on in Nashville. In addition to his music, he's an equally talented writer. He's a radio show host. You can find him online every Monday morning for Tommy Womack's Monday Morning Cup of Coffee, a quick little podcast he does to let you know what he's got going on that week and where you can find him playing. But to me, probably the neatest thing about him is that he's an awesome advocate for recovery. And his message is really simple. It's cool to get sober. So Tommy's got a new album out. It's called Daddy, Let's Do This. He's got a new book out. It's called Dust Bunnies. And I've heard a few excerpts from it, and I've got to say, it's pretty darn funny. You can find him online at TommyWomack.com. So, ladies and gentlemen, please join me now in welcoming to Signature, Tommy Womack.
Hello there, my name's Tommy Womack. I'm an alcoholic and a drug addict. 8 years ago, this coming July 18th, I got on a plane from San Miguel de Allende, Mexico to Denver, Colorado. I was playing a gig there in Mexico, and I had 6 tequilas and a whole bunch of Xanax during the show. I woke up early the next morning to catch my flight, still drunk. I went, got on the plane, and I drank my ass off all the way to Dallas, which was my layover, and was drunk on my mind, as drunk as I'd been the night before. I don't think I'd sobered up yet at all. And there was an Irish pub next to the gate where my flight was stopping, and I proceeded to pound the Guinness very heavily. Got to Denver, and I drank on the plane all the way from Dallas to Denver, and I got picked up by Will Kimbrough and Bridget DeMeyer to ride in their car to Aspen. And since they don't sell 6-packs to go in the airport, I did my best just to maintain. And I was feeling slightly hungover 2.5 hours later when we got to our condo where we were going to be staying during the course of the music festival in Aspen. And just as soon as I threw my luggage and my guitar case down in the condo room where I was staying, my phone rang, and it was Cumberland Heights telling me my insurance had been approved, and that I could start treatment as soon as I got back home. See, I'd already called him. I knew I was in trouble. I was out of control. And I took a bunch of Advil to stave off the hangover I was starting to get around 7 in the evening. And I went out to a restaurant. I found a nice Italian restaurant, sat down to a plate of lasagna, and thought a nice glass of wine would go with this meal really well. And I had a Diet Coke instead. That phone call from Cumberland Heights kind of stuck with me somehow, and I haven't had a drink since. I went to treatment, I got out of treatment, and let me tell you what, waking up without a hangover, it's been almost 8 years now since I've had one, and it's a beautiful thing. The program has helped me so much, and I like to think that I've helped others through it, because we only keep what we have by giving it away. And this is a song about all that. I wrote this with John Hadley. It's called It's a Beautiful Morning. It's a beautiful morning. It's a beautiful day. Wherever you're going, I'm on your way. The sky's like a faucet, turned on all the way. It's a beautiful morning. It's a beautiful day. I once had a bottle, I threw it away, and I was surprised it didn't ruin my day. Yesterday's over, you know that's okay. It's a beautiful morning. It's a beautiful day. I'm hearing some thunder. The skies are all gray. Come over to my house. We'll go out and play. We'll have us some coffee and gratefully say, it's a beautiful morning. It's a beautiful day. I once had the devil hold on to me so. I asked him to free me. He wouldn't let go. But miracles happen. It's all I can say. It's a beautiful morning. It's a beautiful day. Now life is for living, and living's for love. And my love for you, babe, I've got plenty of. Who would have believed it could turn out this way? It's a beautiful morning. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful morning. It's a beautiful day. Keep doing the deal. You can do it. It gets better all the time, and better yet, it gets easier. These first few days, they're huge if you can make it through them. All you have to do is avoid 1 drink a day. The first one. That's the only, if you don't have the first one, you don't have to worry about any of the others. It gets easier. It gets better. Oh, and go to meetings and don't use. Everything else is bullshit. Be good. Be well. Peace out.
Hi, I'm Jenny Schaefer. I am a recovering perfectionist, and I put off doing this video for a while because I knew it would take me 12 hours to do a 3-minute song to make it perfect. So I'm experimenting with doing 1 take and just going with whatever it gets. So right now you're in a live practice with experimenting with being imperfect, because I'm kind of a new guitar player. And if you know anything about eating disorders, you might know that perfectionism often underscores an eating disorder. So I am recovered from an eating disorder, recovering from post-traumatic stress disorder, and I'm going to play you a song called It's Okay to Be Happy, and it is from my book, Goodbye Ed, Hello Me, and Ed is not an ex-boyfriend, it stands for eating disorder. All right, here goes nothing. When I lose 10 pounds and then lose 5 more, when I'm finally size 6, better yet size 4, when I grow my hair to where it should be, when I look in the mirror like what I see, maybe then I'll be happy. When I buy a big house and I'm out of debt, when I get that job alright knowing whatever life throws at me. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay to be happy. Instead of waiting for the sky to fall, it's okay to be laughing at the craziness of it all. Now that's what I believe, that's how I live. I ain't waiting for that or for this. I'm just doing my best in this beautiful mess, just enjoying the ride, being alright, knowing whatever life throws at me. I'll take whatever life throws at me. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay to be happy. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay to be happy. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay to be happy. Thank you so much. I co-wrote that song with Dave Berg and Georgia Middleman, some awesome songwriters in Nashville, Tennessee, and two people who've helped a lot in my recovery, so shout out to them. And I want to encourage everybody, recovery is possible. You are struggling with, there's going to be, I actually totally was messing up at the, I really wanted to stop and start over, but I kept going because I knew you can learn from mistakes and you can actually learn from practice messing up. So I encourage everybody to practice being a little bit perfectly imperfect and hold on to hope. And thanks for all of the musicians who've contributed to this awesome event. All right, take care.
Hi, this is Bonnie Cook, and I'm with Mental Health America of Greater Dallas. And I wanted to take a few minutes and talk about recovery and mental health and mental illness. I want to go ahead and thank Betty and members of the Signature Committee for asking me to speak just a few minutes on mental health. When I think about mental health and I think about mental illness, we are all living a life of mental health and a life of mental illness. It just depends where we each are on our individual spectrums. Recovery is something that we all strive for every single day of our lives. For me, and for my recovery journey with mental illness, quilting, and the ability to express myself through art helps me immeasurably with my mental health. Being able to express myself through work in fabric is a saving grace in my life. When I look at the individuals who have had a part in this wonderful event, I'm inspired by the work that you do. I'm inspired when I see you in the community, when I see you working every day to improve who you are, working to be who you are in your own skin, and working to make the world a better place through everyone, through arts. We in this community, we know we all struggle, but we all know that we're here for each other, and we know that we are all working to make our lives better and the lives of those with mental illness and those with substance abuse.
Try to just drink around friends, never alone, never alone. So how come when I'm at work, they keep sending me home? Because you get fired. I try to drink a glass of wine with dinner, but then I forget to eat. But you're getting thinner. I go to buy just one bottle of rum, but there's so many sales there. Paying full price is no fun. guy named Fred,
or Sam, or Aaron.
How come I'm waking up in Fred's waterbed? I only had one wine cooler, I didn't ask for another. So how come I'm puking, crying for my mother? I drank only beer before, it really wasn't that hard. So how come I keep waking up in my neighbor's backyard?
In the yard, in the yard. Fire in the backyard.
I can't remember.
Did you climb over the fence to get there?
I think so, not sure.
Were you naked?
I usually am.
Did the police come?
They always come.
Did they arrest you and your really good redhead friend?
Yes, Jennifer.
That explains that blackout.
It does. I'm in control.
I'm in control.
I don't have to stop yet.
Can't stop.
I can drink like a lady.
Nobody ever called me a lady.
I just sometimes
I
forget
forget a lot.
where I parked my car.
Where the hell is my car?
Or where my kids are at. But I'm in control.
I'm in control.
Don't you worry
about me.
I'll drink less tomorrow. Just you wait
and see. I'm in control. Always in control.
Hello everybody, I'm Bill Sibley. I'm from Cleburne, Texas. Glad to be getting to do the signatures again this year. I sure enjoyed myself last year. I got the opportunity to play there last year, and it was a great experience, and I appreciate the people, and it's a lot of good recovery there, and I appreciate that. My clean and sober date is May 1st, 1990. That means I have 30 years this year. And I'm so grateful for that. And it's been a whole new life for me. And a lot of really good things happened in my life. And a lot of my songs are recovery, about recovery. And because everything I learned in my life, pretty much that I know now is things I learned in recovery, because I sure didn't know much about it before. And this song here, it's kind of a strange song. It's the last day of my drinking. It's when I decided I'd had enough, and I was walked out of a small Texas town here during the middle of the day, and there was a lot of the people in the town downtown came out and watched the police walk me out of town, and that was kind of the end of it right there for me. I'd had enough, you know. And then I was thinking back. I didn't start playing until my 50s, and started writing about 6 years ago, and so sometimes I think back about what things, and I was thinking back about that time, and I wrote this song, and it's called Sweet Rain, the blues song. Dirty red brick road leads out of this town. Wonder why y'all wanna kick a man while he's down. What she didn't take with her, I guess she sold. You know this life is not ended, but it's sure put on hold. So moving on, moving on. till I went wrong. Dreams I had for the whiskey, y'all, long since dead and gone. From the outside looking in, this must seem insane. You know misery don't like company, but you need someone to blame, and there has to be. Some kind of reason. Oh Lord, now this can't all be in vain. When you've been eating dust this long, well, how sweet the smell of rain. Stranded at the crossroads, knowing I can't stay. Oh Lord, can you hear me now? And show me the way. 'Cause I can do my best to go where you choose. You know it's easy to have faith, but you got nothing to lose. There has to be. This wasn't all in vain. When you've been eating dust this long, well, how sweet the smell of rain. Thank y'all.
My name's McKenna Lukey. I'm the artist behind Vibration Creations. I am coming up on 5 years clean on May 20th. And this is my second year being a part of Signature. I have actively been doing my art and making jewelry and everything since I got clean. It's been a huge part of my recovery and dealing with outside life, which is what we learn in recovery. The paintings help me to understand like life doesn't always go how we want it to, because you never know exactly how the paint's gonna end up once it's done, because it's continuously moving until the point that it dries, but it always ends up being beautiful and exactly how it's meant to be. And with my jewelry, I work with crystals, and every crystal has its own healing properties and its own vibration, just like everybody does, and every living thing has its own vibration. The crystals do, and their energy is able to influence ours to either help us like stay calm, to work through personal issues, to give us confidence, and so many other things. And that's been one of my favorite things to work with. My name's McKenna Lukey from Vibration Creations, where we spread light and love one creation at a time.
How's it going, everybody? I'm Cameron Lavi Jones from King Youngblood, and this is Chloe. But I am from Seattle, Washington. I am the founding member and leader for the alternative rock band King Youngblood, and I wanted to talk a little bit about my recovery story and how I'm so happy with the life that I have today. So for me, it's more definitely about finding those outlets. Music for me has always been an outlet, a method to turn negative emotions or experiences, or even just things I don't fully understand yet, into positive things I can be proud to share with other people. And music has always been a really useful tool in helping to mitigate depression, anxiety. It's been a really good reminder of my purpose and a really good way for me to make sure that I have my feet on the ground. I hope you enjoy these next songs that you're going to see from King Youngblood. Thanks for hanging out. Stay safe, everybody.
I saw you right there looking so happy. Then I watched you fall. You became a part of me, and I want to help you, but I don't know how. Maybe you could change for me. I'm not a god, I am your friend. Show me your trust until the end. I am your rock, our souls will blend. 5 hands on a heart can make amends. I saw inside you, and you had a radiant glow. Then I watched you fall into a pit of despair, and I want you to know whenever up comes down, I will always be here, holding your crown. I'm not a god, I am your friend. Show me your trust until the end. I am your rock, our souls will blend. 5 hands on a heart can make amends. What you got to say, Cor? I'm not a god, but I am your friend. Show me your trust until the end. And I am your rock, our souls will blend. 5 hands on a heart can make amends. Thanks for listening, everybody. See you soon.
Hello, my name's Claudia Black, and it is an absolute honor to be witness to what I think of as the miracles of recovery. Addiction is a devastating disease. It's a terminal disease, but I have to say I think it is the most treatable terminal disease that I know of. I've been working in this field for over 40 years now. Truth be told, I began my work long before I ever had any degrees. It, for me, began growing up in an alcoholic family. When my dad was 22, his family bought him a one-way ticket from the East Coast to the West Coast because he was getting into trouble with his addictions. And there, as a budding young alcoholic, he would meet an adult child from an alcoholic home. That was my mom. And they would get married and have 3 children. That meant I was raised with addiction, I was raised with codependency, and in my case, I ultimately was raised with a lot of violence as well. I share that story with you because I think that many of you identify with that story. There's a disproportionate number of addicts who were raised in addictive family systems. That is more common than not. And if you weren't raised in an addictive family, you were probably raised in an otherwise challenging family situation. And the consequence to being raised with addiction or difficult families is that we move into fight, flight, or freeze responses in response to the traumatic stress that went on throughout all of our growing up years. And alcohol and drugs and certain behaviors become wonderful medicators for that. They become the anesthetizer and the medicator to our emotional pain and to our spiritual pain. I had a woman who shared with me, a recovering woman in early recovery, and she said, Claudia, I think that the shame that I feel over my own addiction is really nothing but a refinement in the purification of the shame that I felt as a child with my mom's addiction. I actually think that I have drank a liquor twice brewed. And then a young man in recovery said to me, he said, I was 11 when I had my first drink. I hated the taste, but I felt the glow. And I had a hole in my gut that was so big, and alcohol and drugs were the only thing that would get rid of it. I drank to get absolutely blithering numb. Now, nobody sets out to become an addict. We all think that we're going to have the willpower, the self-control, or we simply don't even think about it. But we certainly don't set out for the devastation that happens as a result of our addictions. We don't say, gee, let me lose control over every aspect of my life. And we get here for a variety of reasons. For some people, there's been a genetic load, particularly if you're the child, the biological child of an addicted parent. And that's even more true if you are the son of a father who is an addict. There is a genetic load, but that does not mean that it's a given that you'll become addicted yourself. What it means is that there's a predisposition toward an addiction. And typically it is a genetic load that is coupled with psychological injury that becomes the setup. Other factors that influence this is the modeling that we had, how those people who were significant in our growing up years, how they modeled their use of alcohol and drugs. Also, for some people, the influences of their peers would become very significant. But irrespective of whether or not we became addicts as a direct result of a genetic load, family modeling, peer influence, or the traumas that have been a part of our life, that traumatic stress, every one of us had a thread somewhere. And I'm not sure that it was a thread that you even realized that you had. That thread within you, irrespective of that history, was a thread that was a belief that you are worthy, that you are deserving. You do not deserve to live the way you've been living in your active addiction, that you deserve to live differently and you deserve to live better. A belief that speaks to your worth and to your value. And as I said, sometimes it was a thread that was very hidden, but we all had that thread. And it's that thread that I believe helped you take that first step into that recovery process. There's often two resistances. There's a lot of resistances, but two resistances I see a lot. I'd really like recovery, but I'd like it to be pain-free. Thank you. And I get that. I would have liked my recovery to have been pain-free too. And I'd really like recovery, but I can handle this by myself. And I get that. We don't trust other people. We have rigid self-sufficiency. It is when, though, we allow other people to be a part of our process. When we allow other people to be a part of our process, they can shine the light and they can provide the hope that we often aren't able to do for ourselves, that make it possible for us to walk through that pain and to get to the other side. I want to thank you for the invitation for me to share a part of today with you, to celebrate. To me, I think we're celebrating recovery, but we're also celebrating the part of recovery is that the willingness that you have to embrace that belief that you deserve this recovery process. Enjoy your day.
Okay, so we're here visiting with Jake Wish and Will Snyder. Now, I saw these two guys perform at Recovery's Got Talent a couple months ago, and you guys played individually there, right? But so they have combined their talents for Signature this year, and they put a video together. And to be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, I am excited for you guys to hear this because I got to spend a little time helping them mix this song, and this is a really incredible project you guys put together, and it is a good video. So guys, welcome to Signature. tell the audience a little bit about yourselves. Whoever wants to go first.
Go ahead, Jake.
Okay. I'm Jake Wish. I've been sober now for almost 7 months, and so like
that's awesome.
A little bit
Jake.
of time behind me. I'm a young man in recovery, and trying to figure that out every day. And unfortunately, what brought me to recovery was definitely something a lot more difficult to deal with than just I want to stop. I had to get to a point where someone had to tell me I had to stop, not where but that's okay. But like for me, music, it's not like a hobby for me. It's almost kind of like, it's like my way of meditating. Like I have to sing for a certain amount of time every day, and if I don't, I get into really weird headspaces, or I get really cranky, or I don't want to participate with everybody and I want to be by myself. But if I sing, like I always feel so much better. And it's just like for me, like the most vulnerable and like sacred part of myself that like I can share with other people. And it's just something that's like really, really important to me. And I did Recovery's Got Talent, and like that was like the first time I really did something very large, and I really loved sharing it with people. So like that's just where I'm at, and it's just kind of like it's my daily meditation of just do it, and I usually tend to have a pretty great day. So
Will, tell us about yourself.
I was checking my app to see how long I've been sober. It's I don't know if we can see that.
Well, you know how the cameras work around here, but
much glare.
What's it say there, buddy?
There's 11 months, 1 week, and 5 days.
All right.
Yeah, that's this is like the first time around ever that I've ever hit a year. Knock on wood, we're almost there. But it's been such a crazy experience. And like I can remember just like when I was in the inpatient, and everybody would go to their meditation and prayer time, and people would walk and do different things. I would always be out either at the grand piano or bringing my guitar outside and just trying to connect. And I think music has done a great job with connecting me to my higher power for sure.
What do you guys want to do with your music going forward?
For me, it's hard to really say because like I only sing, I don't play instruments. But like I would love to, be able to just like do what I'm doing now and like sharing like really intimate, like vulnerable parts of myself with other people, because like that kind of stuff needs to be let out, and like people need to hear that stuff and be able to connect and vibe and have a good time. Like that's what I want to do, like with my voice.
That's awesome. What about you, Will?
Going forward, I think that just being in this place on the opposite side of just being beaten down in addiction, I just have such a story to tell. And so I've tried to been like getting words out of what I want to say through song and doing some different songwriting. But I think the greatest thing for me to do right now is just to keep collaborating, to keep sharing ideas, just so I can move forward with, my own songs and covers going forward. Because I just think there's something really beautiful about storytelling through song. So just to kind of get that out into the world.
What's it like being able to participate in this? What does it do for your recovery?
Oh man, just to see the finished product that you guys are about to see, it was so cool. Such like a relief. Like I took a big breath. I was smiling the entire way to go through all of those 16 outtakes that we had.
Mm-hmm.
And then watch all of those and the different things that happen in the middle of those, and then to watch the end result. It is so beautiful. I think
everybody on this call right now has helped out a great deal to this song, and I think I'm really excited for everybody to watch it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's Will Snyder. Raise your hand, Will. And it's Jake Wish. They're going to be performing one awesome song at Signature. And thank you so much for being part of this. I've really enjoyed it.
Thank you, Jim.
Thanks, Jim.
All right. See you guys.
All righty.
Jamie is over and Jamie is gone. Jamie's decided it's time to move on. Jamie has new dreams he's building upon. And I'm still hurting. Jamie, your eyes at the end of the line. Jamie's convinced that the problems are mine. Jamie is probably feeling just fine. And I'm still hurting. What about lies, Jamie? What about things that you swore to be true? What about you, Jamie? What about you? Jamie is sure something wonderful died. Jamie decides it's his right to decide. Jamie's got secrets he doesn't confide. And I'm still hurting. Go and hide, run away, run and find something better. Go and ride the sun away, run away, like it's simple, like it's right. Give me a day, Jamie, bring back the lies and hang them on the wall. Maybe I'd see how you could be so certain that we had no chance at all. Jamie is over, and where can I turn? Covered in scars. and nothing to earn. Maybe there's somewhere a lesson to learn, but that doesn't change the fact. That doesn't speed the time. Once the foundation's cracked, and I'm still hurting.
God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
Hi, I'm Joseph Dixon, local artist in the Pearland. I live in Pearland, do a lot of work in the Houston area. And I want to share a little bit about my time when I served at this place called Memorial Herman Prevention and Recovery Center. Had a good time there. And the thing about it is I began working with Memorial Herman through an organization called Young Audiences of Houston. I served as the program manager for the Community Service Division, and we would send artists into at-risk youth facilities, residential treatment facilities, and things like that to do art programming. So I would go in along with other artists, and we would provide art programming once a week, and a good relationship developed. Eventually, I began to work part-time, and I came on board as a PCA, and I specialized in art and music programming for the adolescents.
It was really great to see how the adolescents got engaged with the tile projects, the wall murals that we did, both the girls and the boys' bathrooms. And some of the wall murals we did along the hallways and in the patients' rooms. What a great time I had working with the adolescents. And hopefully we had a wonderful experience together.
The administration eventually wanted me to do something on the adult unit in the detox unit, and they wanted something for their recreation room. It was a sitting area where the patients could read, watch television, or just find a quiet spot. And that was the goal, really and truly, was to just come up with something that was peaceful, sort of tranquil, just quiet, to just maybe put them in an environment where they can just sit back and relax.
So tell me about how, like, you got into recovery, and where did your music fit in with your recovery, and where does it fit today as being a recovering player out there?
I'm 7 years sober in recovery, and I was losing everything. The house was going, my wife was leaving, no job, everything was falling apart. And I had lost music, which was what meant most to me. And I went through a few years where I could barely play. There was no joy in it at all. And so I walked into the rooms when I was 40, not expecting to get my music back. I just couldn't live like that anymore. I didn't know where I was going, but I couldn't live. And that's all I wanted was what y'all had. And so I was surprised that music just slowly, I didn't try to make it happen. It slowly just found its way in my life, and it was new this time. It was something more of my. I no longer was really even trying to do anything with it. I just enjoyed playing. It gave me a reason to go and be with people. I spent so many years in isolation, and it got rejuvenated in sobriety.
What's it like reconciling being a recovering person out there? You're a performer, you're out in the real world. And what's that like being a sober person out there performing music?
I feel privileged to go out, and I'm in bars all the same as I was back then. I've lessened it a lot in the last couple of years, but I feel like it's a real gift to me to do it, because first of all, I see that world from another side. I don't go out there trying to preach to anybody. I'm just trying to show, a good time and people to enjoy their night. But what's been such a neat thing and a gift for me is after the night is over, I will get phone calls or texts or whatever, and people are just like, what's going on? What are you doing? Because I'm unlike, anybody else usually in the club, in those kind of places. And my night goes differently. And I don't mind, even afterwards, I will sit and talk with people. So I built these relationships. I've even seen a few people come in the doors of recovery through that avenue, through my music or through live playing, which is, that's the neatest thing for us. It's to see our life that I basically just made a huge mess of play a part in somebody else's life in a big way.
Absolutely. It's sort of like I used to think of it's our little secret being out there in the real world. And I used to think about being a walking example of the big book. I'm not saying anything about the fact of what's going on with me, but people would notice it, and that's
probably the neatest part.
What's different about you? Well, the fact that I'm sober and all the other guys in the band are drunk. That might be what's different, right? So Ezra, it's so awesome to have you here with us. We're looking forward to you playing again at Signature. This is Ezra Vansel, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to be with us at Signature. Thanks again.
Thanks so much, Jim. Thank you for having me.
If I didn't know that God was good, if I didn't have it understood, if I didn't know that God was good, I would just lay down in my box of wood. If I didn't know the shape I'm in, if I didn't know this heart of sin, if I didn't know the shape I'm in, I could just sink down in my shallow skin. Oh. these lines in my face, something seems so out of place, like we were meant for something better. But I know that's just the way of faith. The innocent cries and all the incidental lies. If I didn't know better, then I'd wonder why we even tried. If I didn't know there's something more, if I didn't know there's something more, then this life everyone's dying for, I would be swimming off the deepest shore. But all these lines in my face, something seems so out of place, like we were meant for something better. But I know that's just a way of faith. The innocent cries and all the incidental lies. If I didn't know better, then I'd wonder why we even tried.
Tell your history about coming into playing music. Is you've gone from playing a guitar in the back of my office to the audience here. Lynn has become a prominent Dallas singer-songwriter.
Well, music for me growing up, I actually, I am more on the Al-Anon side of things, and I grew up in an alcoholic family system, and music was my therapy growing up. I didn't go to a therapist, but when I would hear certain songs, it just made me feel normalized, like, oh, they're singing about the chaos that's happening in my house. I'm not alone. Like, everyone else is acting like this is normal, but someone is singing about feelings about how this is not okay. And so for me, it was very therapeutic, and I felt like it was my lifeline. And then I decided on my 39th birthday to face my fear, and my whole goal was just from 39 to 40, I'm going to kick stage fright's butt. Yeah, so then it just turned into this thing by accident, and I ended up with the CD and being asked to perform and face this fear over and over again. And then I was so honored to be asked to be a part of this, because all of you, Betty and Jenny, and just all of these really amazing people that I know that inspire me in recovery, and for me to be able to see people that actually get better and that are walking the walk, and to be asked to be a part of this is really, it's an honor for me.
Well, and so for those of you out there, Lynn is being humble. I will tell you that I witnessed that transformation she's talking about, and I watched her go from very timid stage fright that she's talking about to coming out, and she's become pretty much a prominent Dallas musician. She's playing in all the clubs, and she's got a CD. And the one unanimous thing that I see is that when she plays, She comes from the heart, and everybody unanimously feels that. And so we are really excited to have you playing for us again this year at Signature. Thanks so much for being with us, Lynn.
That means so much to me, Jim. Thank you.
When you ask me how I'm doing, do you really want to know? We're passing in the hall, and I know you've got to go. I'll smile and say I'm fine, like I do every time, and I'll keep what's going on very deep inside. I feel like a disaster, falling faster and faster, like a deck of cards that just got scattered. Gotta pull it together. When I walk through the door, I don't know if I can fake it anymore. I feel like a disaster. Why do we ask these questions when we don't even care? It's like asking for directions when we're not going anywhere. I'm tired of all this small talk, the same words every day. No one knows each other, 'cause we don't wanna say. I feel like a disaster, falling faster and faster, like a deck of cards that just got scattered. Gotta pull it together. When I walk through the door, I don't know if I can fake it anymore. I feel like a disaster. I know it's hard to see through the images we show, smiling for the camera. Does anybody know? I feel like a disaster, falling faster and faster, like a deck of cards that just got scattered. Falling faster and faster, like a deck of cards that just got scattered. Gotta pull it together. When I walk through the door, I don't know if I can fake it anymore. good ancestor. It's a true story.
Hey, Jim.
How you doing, man?
I'm good.
It is good to see you. It's been too long, I guess, huh?
Yes, sir.
Do you use your name Ben Stallman at all, or do you go by BZ period? You just
I
want
go
to-
by, well, I've actually changed my name, Jim, again. Since I'm
Okay.
the owner and president of BZRP Entertainment,
Uh-huh.
I figure my rap name should be BZRP, like Berserk, because
Okay.
I am crazy and there's a little insane into me into my rhymes. So I just go with BZRP, and I own BZRP Entertainment.
So if I'm talking to you, I say, we're sitting here with BZRP.
Yeah, owner of BZRP Entertainment, whatever you want to do, or president of.
Do you ever call yourself Ben anymore?
No, I probably should. I should probably put Beats by Benjamin Stallman affiliated with. I don't know how to do it, Jim. I'm just kind of, I'm in the moment.
We're figuring out who we are, aren't we?
Correct.
And that's what recovery is all about. We come to recovery to find out who we are, even if it means figuring out what our name is. So,
correct.
Ladies and gentlemen, I know him as Ben Stallman. I did know him as BZ. Now we're going to BZRP, the president of BZRP Entertainment. Tell us, Ben, about where recovery fits in with your music.
Recovery has taught me a lot of things about life. They've taught me how to express myself in a positive way. And I feel like since I don't know how to read music, but I have an ear for music, I just, make an instrumental. I think of ways that it fits me. It's my emotions. And I've learned to feel again once I got into recovery. So my emotions are more understanding, which I can put music behind it, and I can relate to people in other ways who also feel the same way I do. And music is my soul, so it talks for me.
What's your hope of where you're going with your music? What's your aspiration?
Basically, I just want to reach people and help anybody through times of need.
That is awesome. I got to tell you, when I first started watching you, when you first started coming around Artist Recovery, I had my eye on you, and I was sort of wondering about how long is this guy going to hang around? And I'll tell the audience out there, this guy is the picture of sincerity and dedication. You have impressed me so much with your dedication. One, we can see it to recovery. You're always there, concerned about wanting to help somebody else carry the message, and there isn't anybody else who's also more passionate about your development of your artistic work, and it's a real thrill to be able to put you out here in Signature and be part of this, carrying the message to other people. And we really want to thank you for being with us.
You're welcome. It's an honor. Girl, I did you wrong. I'm cleaning up my past one day at a time. Clock goes round and round. This is my opinion, asking you for your forgiveness. How we should have done it. Girl, I did you wrong. I'm cleaning up my past one day at a time. Clock goes round and round. This is my opinion, asking you for your forgiveness. With the pen, tear me apart. At least the beast. Last goodbye, lost soul last year. We used to have a heartache and full of no fear. Fuel to the fire, all the memories in my brain. Take a trip down memory lane. I'm untouchable, how to love with the mask on. Trying not to let it go, no sleep, flying into gravity. So alone, so afraid, one love to be. Planet ocean, I'm begging you to see a fiery soul for the broken dreams. I'm rising to the occasion, trying to change the past, but I keep up on the life good dream. I just can't wait every time I start to think something goes wrong unexpectedly. How we should have done it, girl, I did you wrong. I cleaned up my past one day at a time. Clock goes round and round, this is my opinion, asking you for your forgiveness. How we should have done it, girl, I did you wrong. I cleaned up my past one day at a time. Clock goes round and round, this is my opinion, asking you for your forgiveness. I lost you, I loved you, remember remember we used to. Never wanna say goodbye, emotions run high. Gone too soon and I'm begging you to stay. Rolling on everything, yeah, you know it's me. I'm just trying to figure out the loyalty. Sitting there thinking what a beautiful emotion, but I keep on thinking about that suicide note. I am crying alone, why I'm missing you. I keep on asking myself why I'm falling apart. Heartbroken with the last tear running away. But I've been praying for a change without you. I'm silent both, so I can't find love if I lose you. Apologize for everything and every time I hurt you. I'm just asking you for your forgiveness. Please understand, that's why I wrote this. I should have done it, girl, I did you wrong. I cleaned up my past one day at a time. Clock goes round and round, this is all you need. Asking you for your forgiveness. I should have done it, girl, I did you wrong. I cleaned up my past one day at a time. Clock goes round and round, this is all you need. Asking you for your forgiveness.
My name is Scott Weisenbaker, and I've been clean and sober for 25 years. Now, prior to that, I spent 15 years in the music industry, and I was anything but clean and sober. You can just imagine how well that all went. Eventually, everybody gets really tired of that, and things just have a way of ending. Now, throughout my entire recovery, music has always been very important to me. But specifically 2 years ago, I decided that I would start recording and releasing recovery-based music exclusively. And so that's what I've done. I hope you enjoy it.
Why you wanna follow me? Why you wanna hit the skids? This life leads straight to jail. You lose your money, gonna lose everything, gonna lose respect and live in hell. Think you're gonna go, but the dope didn't kill you. Live another day to do the work and stand and take. I'm at ease. My life makes sense to me. I'm at ease. My life makes sense to me. Cause I wanted more women, cause I wanted more fortune, cause they seemed so great until I was strung out. I'd played for thousands, and I played for ashtrays, and I missed the biggest gig sitting in jail. Think you're gonna go, but the dope didn't kill you. Live another day to do the work, and you can say I'm at ease. My life makes sense to me. I'm at ease. My life makes sense to me. It's a judge named Crusoe. They hammered on me so that I wouldn't be here. The drugs were killing me, just like they're killing you. You chose this path, so it's the long way around. Think you're gonna go, but the dope didn't kill you. Live another day to do the work, and you can say makes sense to me.
So how about some of this incredible talent here tonight, huh, ladies and gentlemen? I guess you could say we clean up pretty good, huh? Which reminds me, I haven't officially qualified myself as one of the artists in recovery around here tonight. So for the record, I should go ahead and introduce myself by saying, hi everybody, my name's Jim and I'm an alcoholic. And my sobriety date's May 2nd, 1988, and for that I am truly grateful. So as far as my own contribution here as a recovery musician, I usually play a couple of my own songs as part of the big grand finale that we typically put on at the end of the night. We put this big band together, we get everybody up on stage, and we close this thing out with a real rockin' celebration. But since we're doing things a little different this year, I thought that what I'd like to do as far as my contribution tonight is to take a moment to remember somebody who was really special to a lot of people around here. Mark Thompson was somebody I met when we first started holding artist recovery meetings at my office up in Addison about 7 years ago. And in some ways you could say that Signature's sort of the culmination of what we were starting back then as far as bridging art and music with recovery. And I don't hesitate to say for one moment that Mark was the driving force behind getting artist recovery off the ground and turning that into something really special for a lot of people. The enthusiasm and passion he brought to this, his abundant love for other people, his incredible artistic talent, and probably most important, his total insanity is what made him a beloved friend, brother, and recovery mate. Not just for myself, but for countless others. Suffice it to say, he's really missed. So I thought that I'd do a song tonight in honor of Mark. It's not an original, but it's absolutely the best song I could think of to express the right sentiment. So this is for Mark.
Hey, my name's Mark Thompson. I am an artist in recovery here in Dallas. I'm going to be attending the event on May 4th called Signature, which is going to be celebrating artists in recovery. We'll have some art there and I'll be helping out with the performances. I think it's going to be a really good time. It's definitely a good cause. We are very appreciative to all of you who are supporting those of us who are in the arts and also in recovery. We look forward to a good time on May 4th, and we will see you there. Thanks.
So you think you could tell heaven from hell, blue skies from pain? Can you tell a green field a cold steel rail, a smile from a veil. Do you think you could tell? Did they get you to trade your heroes for gold? Hot ashes for a tree, hot air for a cool breeze, gold comfort for change. Did you exchange a walk-on part in a war for a lead role in a cage? How I wish you were here. We're just two lost souls swimming in a fishbowl, year after year, riding over the same old ground. What have we found? Same old fear. Wish you were here.
Hi everyone, I'm Jenny Hubby and I am a poet and lyricist in recovery. I am here with Amir.
Hi everyone, my name is Amir Shafi. I am a musician. I have music master degree from Tchaikovsky University of Ukraine in composition and arrangement. And I'm here with Jenny.
We are so excited to share a song with you because we're dedicating it to this event, the signature event. It's the first song we've written together. We actually met at Artist Recovery Meeting, a monthly meeting held in Dallas that was hosted by Jim Savage and also coordinated by a lot of people that were artists in recovery. And I was reading, I actually saw Amir perform, and I was blown away by his passion and his talent and the many, many talents. And then I'm up there reading my poetry and I hear gasps in the audience. I'm like, is my poetry that bad? And then at the end, I'm like, there's a mirror in my face going, Jenny, I didn't know you could write poetry and lyrics and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah.
And I said, I need English lyrics, please. I was writing Persian songs for Persian singers, and I want to start writing English songs. And I said, can you write the lyrics for me in English, please?
English words I can do. I needed someone to help me put music to my words, and here we are. And so Amir was telling me, well, I'll let him tell us.
Yes, I had an idea about my first song. I said, I want a lyrics with this topic. In recovery, I cannot do it alone. You cannot do it alone. We can do it together.
And then Betty is like, y'all got to write a song about music is our universal language.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yeah, okay, that's just kind of a music is our universe. That's a lot to write lyrics there. And so I got with Amir and I'm like, what are you thinking? And when he told me what he was thinking, I knew that was the chorus. This is a super fun song. We want you to have, we hope you have fun and maybe even get up off the couch or at least do a little couch dancing and just enjoy this. This is going to be fun, and the message is important.
And also, she did a great job with that lyrics.
Oh, thank you.
Are you hopeless? Are you lonely? Maybe you're tired of the old ways? We have a message for you in our universal language.
Messengers of hope, hope by music and the art. No more lonely solos, no more hopeless days of dark. We've been given a new day, yes, we've been shown a better way, and now we must celebrate. Recovery is not solo. I cannot do it alone. You cannot do it alone. We get together with music. It's our universal language. I cannot do it alone. You cannot do it alone. We get together with music. It's our universal language. Our recovery, we gotta celebrate. Sing recovery with us, celebrate. Our recovery, we gotta celebrate. Sing recovery with us, celebrate. Yes, we've awakened from our pain. Those old nightmares faded away. Beauty emerges from the pain. Creativity returns again. Talents arise and elevate. Talents we now celebrate. And now we must celebrate. Recovery is no solo. I cannot do it alone. You cannot do it alone. We get together with music. It's our universal language. I cannot do it alone. You cannot do it alone. We get together with music. It's our universal language. Our recovery, we gotta celebrate. Sing recovery with us, celebrate. Our recovery, we gotta celebrate. Sing recovery with us, celebrate.
Come on! Awaken your creativity! It's beautiful here in recovery. You're an artist, you will see. It's our universal language.
dancers, ivory keys, poet flowing fountain ink, dancer floating effortlessly, painter's canvas just waiting. People, they were once lonely, finding sober creativity, art and music in recovery. Recovery, it's not solo. I cannot do it alone. You cannot do it alone. We get together with music. It's our universal language. I cannot do it alone. You cannot do it alone. We get together with music. It's our universal language. Our recovery, we're gonna celebrate. Sing recovery with us, celebrate. Our recovery, we're gonna celebrate. Sing recovery with us, celebrate.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jenny Hubby, and I am here with Andrea Tabor. We're going to introduce someone super special to you. Andrea and I are both on the board for Artists and Musicians in Recovery, and we're also on the Signature Event Planning Committee.
Hi, everyone. Again, I'm Andrea, and it's our honor to introduce to you the fabulous Betty Dicken, the creator of the Signature Event and the founder of the Artists and Musicians in Recovery, the nonprofit foundation that hosts this event.
Yes, and before we turn things over to Betty, a little message from the Signature Event Committee planning this event. You know, with the pandemic, we thought about canceling this event. We thought about postponing. What do we do? Because this has in the past been a huge live annual event where we're partying, we're celebrating, we're hugging each other, we're celebrating the arts in recovery. And we thought, what do we do? What now? And as we talked about it as a committee, we were like, we can't cancel, we can't postpone. We've got to celebrate. It's so important for us to celebrate right now our recovery and our creativity that keeps us going. And so that is what you have tonight and that you're enjoying tonight. Is we're so grateful for the artists that submitted their work and for Betty's leadership and for all the brilliant people on this committee that have made this happen.
The fabulous Betty Dicken. Most of you have experienced her passion in person, and tonight you get to see it on video like everybody else. Her vision of artists and musicians has just come to life even in a virtual world that we live in today. Betty is a beacon of light, and we are so grateful for her vision and her passion to keep this event going along with many other events.
Thank you both for your beautiful, beautiful introduction. I really appreciate it. And thank you to everyone for your belief in our vision as artists and musicians in recovery and our global leap for Signature. We've always thought of Signature as being in the world, but let's face it, 2020 was a little earlier than we had thought about making that step. Thank you to the AMR board, the advisory board, and the amazing Signature Committee who has truly been led by their heart and passion for this event. Artists and Musicians in Recovery is the nonprofit with hope and dreams for not only Signature, but for mentoring youth, young adults, and for partnering with other people of like minds for arts and the recovery. My thanks again to our universal God and our universal language for recovery, the arts, and peace in our world. Thank you.
Thank you, Betty. And we have a special global, universal, virtual gift for you.
Oh, how gorgeous. Everyone stay tuned for the signature finale. Thank you.
Something in me makes me want to fly. I can only see when I'm careful and quiet. Grace is always present. Sometimes it's hard to find. I stop and listen. It's with me all the time. This is my signature of hope, signature of faith, signature of love and affection. This is my signature of hope, signature of faith, signature of love and connection. I believe that art is simple. Sometimes it makes you cry. How do we really show the world all the love we have inside? Grace is always present. Sometimes it's hard to find. When I stop and listen, it's with me all the time. This is my signature of hope, signature of faith, signature of love and affection. This is my signature of hope, signature of faith, signature of love and connection. Some things can't be put into words, but my mom said to try. This is a song of celebration for all the mountains that we climb. Grace is always present. Sometimes it's hard to find. When I stop and listen, it's with me all the time. This is my signature of hope, signature of faith, signature of love and affection. This is my signature of hope, signature of faith, signature of love and connection. This is my signature of hope, signature of faith, signature of love and connection. This is my signature of hope, of faith, signature of love and connection.
I'm grateful for the past. That's what got me here. Now I'm gonna make it last. Well, the answer is so easy, but it's so hard to find. Letting go of everything will bring me peace of mind. Liberate my soul by giving up control. Keeping things simple has got me on a roll, and now I found a way.
When you say that this is tied into what signature represents, it's like I keep every day I'm coming up with silver linings to what this thing is bringing for us. And there's another one about how Mother Nature removed the opportunity to connect with people. And so that throws to the spotlight the value that even through the internet, the universal language of art and music can connect people. Are you record? Oh, you are. Yeah, you're recording this. I was going to say, you need to record this because that was a good speech I just gave.
It was. That was good. We got it.
It's got to be something big. This is a significant shift, and everybody's going to postpone things, and that's a really wishy-washy, ambiguous thing, as opposed to taking the bull by the horns and saying, okay, we're not going to postpone this. Signature will not be stopped. We may not be able to gather in one place
at one time,
but we're going to illustrate the power of the universal language can't be stopped. We've got a great opportunity. It's like we've had a blackout put on us that's going to allow us to demonstrate just how powerful this is.
What more could I ask for? What more could I deserve? This kind of love that